Hey guys, welcome back to Country Boy Guns on YouTube. Today I want to talk about a really cool method for carrying paracord. Now before we get into the actual video itself, I'm trying something new. Rather than doing the first person view where the camera's kind of face down towards the table and you just see my hands doing stuff, I figured I would do some videos with you actually seeing me on camera as well. I'm sorry, I know this is bad, torture, ugly, all those good things, but just the same, feel free to post down in the comments below. Let me know what you guys think about it, which one you prefer, and I can use that to kind of tailor the channel to what you guys would prefer to see. So moving on, I'm going to show you guys today how to turn this into this. This is how I like to carry my paracord. The nice thing about this method versus some other ones out there is that this one is free minus the cost of the paracord. There are tools out there you can get that essentially it's a sheet of plastic that you wind the paracord around, kind of like this, and then it has something on there to kind of hold the end so you don't have to worry about it unraveling or anything. When you need it, you just unwind what you need and hook the thing back on. Those are cool. They're definitely quicker than this method, but I like this. Personally, I feel like it's just as quick. It's convenient. I don't have to carry an extra thing. I don't have to buy an extra thing. It's just this. This is, I want to say 150 or 200 feet of paracord in this donut. And it took some time to put this together, but it's really convenient. I'm going to show you guys how to do it a little bit. So the way that this works is you take your length of paracord. If anybody's ever carried paracord, by the way, in a backpack or a pocket or something, you know that carrying it around like this is just going to mean knots and lots of cussing and frustration and time spent trying to untangle it when you need it. So that's the reason I do this, because I've untangled enough paracord in my life to know that that's not for me. Take your cord, make sure that it's all unknotted and straight in a nice little pile and everything, and make a couple of loops. I like to do 2 or 3 loops. Doesn't matter if they overlap or not, just make some loops. And the size you make your loops is going to depend on how much cord you have and how you want to carry it. If you have a lot, you're going to want to make bigger loops like this. If you have, I don't know, what is this, maybe 15, 20 feet, maybe. And I'm going to carry this in a little pouch in my pocket. So this size is going to be perfect for what I need. Now I just take my leading end that's coming away from the loop, and I make a bite. If you don't know what a bite is kind of like a loop. I can show that for you guys. So this is a loop where it crosses over, and a bite just doesn't cross. There's nowhere that bite crosses. So make my loops again since I put my cord down. Make a bite, and I like to start near this end just to keep that little guy kind of tame and in place. Make a bite. Come through the center, pull a little bit of cord, push it through that bite, and this is where it starts to be kind of a pain to start this process because everything's loose and it wants to move on you. You just pull that excess slack down tight, and then pull your leading end a little bit. I'm trying to show you guys this on camera. So you have a small bite there as well. Take your leading end, put it through that bite, and then tighten down that bite. Pull your excess through. Make sure this is nice and tight as you keep going. Back through the loop. Small bite. Tighten it down. Pull your excess through. I'm going to move up a little closer to the camera so you guys can see this a bit more closely. Move my table back. And as you guys will see, I'm filming a few videos tonight, so yes, I'm wearing the same clothes. I promise I do have more than one shirt, and I do change shirts. My wife may disagree with that, but that's a different story. So, just making a bunch of videos tonight, trying to get a bunch of stuff filmed at the same time. That's why I'm in the same clothes. Take your running end or your lead end or whatever you want to call it. I was a Boy Scout, I promise. Put it through your bite, pull down on the excess, and then pull it through, just like that. Get your excess out of the way. Come back through the loop. Just like so. Hopefully I'm keeping this in frame for you guys. And you just keep doing this. I like to do this while I watch YouTube videos or TV or something like that. Something to do with your hands, and just kind of helps turn the brain off a little bit. It's a fairly tedious process, but once you get done, you're super proud of yourself and it's well worth it. And this is also going to be way quicker to access the paracord than something like this bracelet, where if you ever tied one of these, you know these things are going to take forever to untie. You don't have that problem with this method. Sorry, I got to spit, guys. Dipping is a terrible habit. Don't start. But if you do start, don't stop, because that sucks even more. Trust me. And then you just keep going with this process. Now, it's going to be kind of weird because this wants to go in a straight line. And obviously this is a loop, so that's not going to work. You just kind of have to play with it a little bit. Keep it in that circular shape. I'll show you a few more of these, and then I'll cut the camera so I'm a little bit further along, just so I'm not boring you guys to death with this over and over and over again. This is supposed to be a quick tip, by the way, so I don't want the video to be stupid long. One more here. Pull that tight. Pull that tight. And pull that down. So I'm going to cut the footage here, guys, and I will show you what it looks like once you've gotten one full layer done on this loop, and kind of how to transition to a second layer. Well, guys, you just can't make this stuff up. So I was going through doing all this off camera for you guys, and I realized I'm not going to have enough cord in this length to do a second layer for you. So I wanted to kind of talk about how that works and just maybe show you guys a little bit some of the things to look for when you have more paracord and you're doing multiple layers of it. And I also want to talk about where I learned this from. So one summer, years ago now, I was teaching a survival class, a wilderness survival class, and there happened to be an Air Force SEER specialist there. If you guys don't know what SEER specialist is, SEER stands for Survival, Evasion, Resistance, and Escape. And after learning more about these guys, meeting this gentleman, these guys are badass. They are freaking awesome. Basically, their job is to learn how to survive on almost nothing, evade capture from an enemy, resist torture, and escape captivity. And they learn all this stuff to the nth degree, so they can teach other people. They can teach, pilots or special ops guys or whatever, how to do all of that, and hopefully help them survive in that kind of life or death situation. They get paid money to go camping and do all kinds of badass stuff. And one of those guys, because there were a couple of them there actually, the one that I got to know better is a different guy, but this other guy showed me how to do this. This other SEER specialist showed me this method for carrying paracord, and it's pretty awesome because the other nice thing about it is once you get done with this whole loop, if you need some paracord, you just grab an end and start pulling, and it just pulls off what you need. Cut it where you need to, run your excess back through the loop all the way, whatever last loop is there. It's not going to come unraveled on you. So I thought that was pretty cool. You can put it on a carabiner, put it on a backpack or your belt or something. Pretty neat method. Now let's talk about some of the potential issues you'll run into when you get to a second layer. The first one is this little guy here. Remember when I said I wanted to start close to this to kind of keep this little guy in line when you first start doing your first layer? That's because he likes to be kind of a little dick. He wants to kind of look. Anyway, wants to stick out and kind of be in the way. So you have to make sure that as you're doing your layers, you kind of capture him in one of your layers as you keep going. The other thing is, as you're tightening this down really tight on your base loop, like so, you're keeping it nice and tight. That tightening motion is going to want to get hung up right here. And it's going to want to kind of stretch and keep on this smaller spot because you're pulling it tight versus coming up on the bigger section here. So you just have to force it to go up. And yeah, this looks kind of ugly right now because it's just one layer, but you can make it look a lot neater and cleaner, especially when you put more layers into it. So I'm sorry I don't have enough cord in this section to do that for you guys, and all my other paracord is actually in loops like this. This one was too, and I took it apart to show you guys this video, and I don't really want to take this apart to show you because that would take me hours to put back together. So I hope this was helpful and informative for you guys. Hope you enjoyed today's quick tip. If you guys have any questions, post those down in the comments below. I'll respond to all of your comments. I'll answer any questions that you have that I can answer based on my experiences and my knowledge. Hit that subscribe button if you like the video. Share it with your friends. Let people know about the channel. Help me grow and be able to do some more content for you guys. So thanks for watching. I really appreciate it. You guys have a great night. Till next time, roll tide. Take it easy. Talk to you soon.